What's good, everyone? Accent Boy here, back with another video. And shout out to everyone who been tuning into the channel, man. And let's run this channel up to 500 sub and counting. But however, man, we got a wild video coming out of Philadelphia. I think they call it the brotherly love city or whatever, or the state or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're from Philadelphia or if you visit or a family there. But however, man, we have a wild west video to show you, man. And it just goes to show you that in today's society, especially in the black community, man, we're lost. And I think we're doomed. And I think there's no hope of really turning things around in our community. And the violence and the hatred that we have for each other is just skyrocketing through the roof over and over each and every day. And here we have a horrific video coming out of Philadelphia, man. And I could see why many people, they tend to move from their city due to the violence and the hatred, man. And in this case, we have a video with you have 4 dudes who decided to do the most unthinkable stuff in broad daylight. So as you guys could see from the title, and also I'm gonna let the news report to you, and then we're gonna come back and chop it up.
A chaotic scene caught on camera. Today, detectives released new video of the moment 4 people opened fire on a group of teenagers in West Philadelphia. 2 16-year-olds and a 13-year-old are still hospitalized. Thursday night, Shari is off. Sarah Bloomquist is joining us. And the big story in Action News is the search for 5 suspects.
Officers spoke about the investigation this afternoon. Action News reporter John Paul is live for us now at Philadelphia Police Headquarters. John, this video just so disturbing, really almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. And you could tell, the police were saying that same thing that you were just saying, Sarah. It was wild that this was happening in the streets of Philadelphia. Now, they put the video out this morning. They also told me there's going to be more video coming out that shows those 4 suspects getting out of a newer model gray Honda CRV driven by a 5th person. And tonight, they need help identifying suspects. The video only lasts 10 seconds, but in that time, nearly 70 bullets are fired. You see 4 young people, 2 with handguns, 2 with automatic rifles, firing down North Fraser Street in West Philadelphia. What you don't see is what happened off screen. A 13-year-old and 2 16-year-olds were hit.
An automatic gun going off with broad daylight on the streets of the city of Philadelphia, 4 miles, just shooting up the block.
Police held a news conference this afternoon to ask for help from the public. They're asking everyone to take a close look at these 4 men to see if they might recognize them or their clothing. Tonight, they revealed they're looking for 5 people in total. The 4 shooters were dropped off on Lansdowne Avenue by someone driving a newer model gray Honda CRV. 2 days later, a CRV was later found, burned out in Belmont. Investigators are looking to see if it's the same one used in the crime.
There's evidence there. There is definitely evidence there. We're hoping to exploit that evidence and find out if that is actually the car.
Police tell us the 2 16-year-olds are in extremely critical condition, while the 13-year-old is unstable. They don't know why the 3 were targeted.
Alright guys, so there you guys saw the horrific shooting in broad daylight by these 4 dusty dudes. And when you could see how these guys are moving with these weapons and the stance, you could tell these dudes are teens. You know what I mean? And I'm here sitting back wondering, do these guys have any type of remorse for anyone's life? And we all know the answer is no. And same time, I'm wondering, where are these guys getting these guns from? We all know where these guys are getting these guns, and we know these guys are these guns are illegal firearms. And it just goes to show you that in today's society, the youths are lost and they need help. And if the help cannot help them, they need to be punished Imagine you in your home, are about to reach home, or sitting on the porch, and out of nowhere these guys come out of nowhere and decide to shoot like crazy, hitting up everything. Maybe a stray bullet hit you, because we all know stray bullets have no name, and you end up getting hurt, or someone end up getting killed. And I'm really wondering, like, why people have to, how should I say it, why we have to be fearful for our life. Why can't we go out a normal day without having to look over our shoulder if anyone is going to do anything crazy that is actually going to cause us to lose our life? You know what I mean? And watching this video is really heartbreaking to know that these dudes didn't have any type of remorse for none of these teens that they shot. You know what I mean? And it goes to show you that, as I said, these youth need help. And not only help, when these youths are so-called arrested for whatever charges that they get, they need to be punished harder. You know what I mean? Because these so-called punishment that a lot of these juveniles are receiving ain't crap. The so-called death penalty need to be reinstated in all of the states in America. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these kids, they won't learn. They won't learn until they're put in front of these judge and facing a lot of time. You know what I mean? And it's just sad we can't help the youths of today, because we see the road that they are going down to. You know what I mean? Look at how they bring their self. Look at the type of music these guys listen to. You know what I mean? Even when these guys listen this to a certain type of music, it's always the violence one. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that every kid is the same. Yes, you have different type of kids who like different type of music, but we know the rap music is also corrupting the mind of a lot of these kids. And these kids, they tend to have no mind of their own. So everything they hear in music, they go on and do. You know what I mean? And this is a broad day shooting. Other people could have got it, killed, and be on the news. You know what I mean? And I could never imagine myself living in a world like this, where teens are doing a lot of killings these days. Not saying adults aren't doing it, but majority of these killings the teens are doing. And when they get caught, there's no type of remorse. And the justice system fail the innocent people so much, because a lot of this time these dudes will get caught, they just go to the juvenile center for a couple months or a couple years, get back out and do the same crap. And these judges know it. But guess what? We know the criminal system is all about making money. So you let them out, you know they're gonna come back. It's all about the money. You know what I mean? And you could see in the video that these dudes were out to kill. Like, as I said, I feel like this were teenagers who were doing the shooting. But if it was any type of adult dude who did this type of shooting, they deserve the death penalty. Because how could you turn your weapon on kids? You know what I mean? Innocent kids who are out in the middle of the day playing or whatever, hanging out with a group of their friends. How could you do that? You know what I mean? And the black community, we need serious help. Because if our community continue to go this way, man, I'm telling you, there's no hope for any of us. And I keep on telling a lot of people, man, a couple years from now, I wouldn't be surprised if the black community is extinct like dinosaurs. Because every day you get up is always someone from our community die through the arms of gun violence. You know what I mean? And it's sad. Why can't we come together? Why we always have to turn to violence? Always violence. We're killing our brothers and sisters for no reason. And it's just a shame that these teens almost lost their life. As they say, one is in critical situation, one is in stable condition. But we have to do better, and the justice system have to do better in punishing these kids, because these kids won't learn. They won't learn until they get a lot of years, or they put on the stand where they're facing the death penalty. You know what I mean? Because we know once a kid is under 18, we know he's not an adult. So you can't give him a lot of years. So of course he's going to get out. And as I said, they're going to get out and do the same thing. So people, just let me know what you think. As I said, like, comment, and subscribe.